And check. All right. Hold on. Does that work? Okay, you guys should hear me now. Should be all good. Should be Gucci. I think it's because I'm switching microphones here from a horrible microphone to a good microphone. So anyways, let me do that again. Let me roll that one more time. Welcome to Legal Mindset. I'm Andrew, your host, Andrew Esquire. Legal Mindset, teach you to be your own judge and teach you to learn how to plug in your fucking microphone. So yeah, guys, I'm in a hotel today, so it's going to be horrible quality. I lowered the standard def. But yeah. No, you guys are good. It was definitely on my end. That's on me. Me scoozy. If the volume's good, press 1. Let me see the ones in the chat. If it's too low, put 2. If it's too high, put 3. Just drop that in their sign now. Anyways, that being said, I'm still in Texas. I'm in the United States, and I'm moving around to different locations over the next week until I get back to Korea. I'll be back on Korea on Tuesday. Okay, I'm seeing ones. So it looks like you guys got me here. Ones, we're good. Okay, thank you guys. So I'm in Texas. I'll be here for the next couple of days, kind of hanging out before I get back to Korea. I'll be in Korea next week, and then I'll be in Korea for about 10 days before I am shortly in America, and then back to Korea, and then a couple weeks, and then I'm going to Anime Matsuri. I'll be back here, ironically, in Texas in like a month. So very interesting, bouncing all around, but that's how we do it. I like how Microsoft Mic is telling me that I have a nice mic, which is ironic. Thank you, Microsoft Mic. So anyways, we got a good show for you today. We're going to talk about a lot of things today, but I'm not going to be going into the assassination attempt on Brett Kavanaugh. I need to get more information on that, but I do see somebody mentioning there in the chat, and it's something that I'm going to look into and get more information on. It seems very sketch, very sketch. And I know I have not run into Ty Beard yet. I have not run into Ty Beard. I may hit Ty up when I'm in Dallas, because I will be in Dallas, but very quickly, running around a whole lot. But that being said, guys, a lot of stuff to talk about today, but I would be remiss if I didn't start with the memes, because the memes always tell the story, and it is always about the memes. At the heart of Legal Mindset is the memes. You know, during the Amber Heard trial, we had a lot of solid ones, and after the trial, where we go for memes is we go to my private community, legalmindset.locals.com, and we go to my meme master post, in which there's always good memes. And I know that Danielle drops a shit ton in here beforehand, so I know there should be some good ones. White always moves first. The game is systemically racist, guys. Boycott chess. It's worse than Johnny Depp. It's not going to lick itself. Oh, boy. Attention product mayhem on True Social at Grand Old Memes. His handle is Right to Bear Memes. Okay, cool. This is a good one. 2020 saw unprecedented murder spike in major U.S. cities. Let's see. Oh, it's all the specific cities. Seattle, New Orleans. What do we got in that? Atlanta, Chicago. So what's we got? We got Portland. These are super conservative cities, right? Super conservative. It's great. Come on. Talk about 1-6. Come on. Do some 1-6 stuff. The Naked Gun. Oh, Hunter. Gum grab. Matthew McConaughey. Oh, they're going to rely on Matt. His statements were so horrible. I heard them play it on the radio. It's so ridiculous, but going to tell my kids this was Jin Saki. That's a good one. No more moments of silence, only bans. Please, bro, just watch the hearing. There are a lot of things you might find interesting about Gen 6, and your opinion could change. I mean, our democracy is literally at stake. Bro, please. So good. Gen 6 committee when no one watches their hearings. Media Gen 6 committee. Mark Safe from left-wing political violence. Very nice. I received military awards, therefore my opinion is valid. The blue whale has a vagina big enough to fit 6 grown men. This makes it the second biggest pussy in the world. Next to vets that think civilians should have known ARs. Oh, very good. Very good. I'm mad about the border crisis. Here's a solution. I don't want a solution. I want to be mad. Do you have any history of mental illness? I have an uncle who's a Navy SEAL and supports gun control. Me realizing that America has been destroyed and people bitching about gas prices. Good stuff. Good stuff. Matthew McConaughey. Star you, star me, starving. This is a good one to end on. Thank you so much. So this is great. Guys, here's the second thing I got to talk to in the world of memes. And the memes are always great. So my boy over here, Meme Copium. I'm going to give a little special shout out to Meme Copium. So he's been doing some good videos. I don't know why he only has 109 subs until I look down and figure where he's from. And if you look at his about, he's from New Zealand. So it's the Kiwis. See, there's only so many people on that island. Their ratio of sheep to people is far off. But anyways, Meme Copium did a video I wanted to talk about here, which is he made an estimate for how much people make on YouTube. And I liked it. It was funny. He had a hashtag cancel legal mindset, which was hilarious. But then I went back and pledged to give him some soju if he came to Korea and all is healed. But the funny thing here was that his estimates, I think he overestimated based on the fact that all of our videos go to yellow if they're on Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. So I think his math was off, but Kiwi math, who knows? Just want to give a shout out to him because I thought he was pretty hilarious there. To jump into some serious topics and not the memes, we're going to start jumping in here with Johnny Depp. And some good news. So today we're going to have like a sandwich. We're going to take some good news. We're going to take some shit news in the middle and good news at the end. So we're going to try to like sandwich it with good news. So we're going to start. It's going to be a lot of Depp stuff. And then Deshaun Watson will be at the very end. That's kind of outside of the sandwich. But about the Depp stuff is kind of like a turd sandwich, except for the outside, the crust is good. The middle is a turd. So we're going to work around the Amber turd, but we're going to cover it all. So let's start with this. The first part, and this is from the Post. So remember, this is the same periodical, the same piece of work here that put out a lot of negative Johnny stuff during the trial. But how they've changed their tune. How they've changed their tune. Oh, and what's up if you're in Laos? Awesome, Mike. Good to see you. But here you see that an ex didn't accept says Johnny Depp can return for a Pirates movie. So right here, boom, you have someone saying that I absolutely believe that post-verdict that Pirates is primed for a rebooting with Johnny as Captain Jack back on board. So they're good to go with Johnny being Jack Sparrow. So, I think this is really, really good news for Johnny. I think that they're going to need those alpacas. They're definitely going to need those alpacas to get him back. But it's good news for Johnny. I think it's very, very good news for Johnny to get him back on board. And I think that he should do it. Now, I know that a lot of people say he shouldn't. And here's why I think he should do it. He should do it and demand that not only do they give him the money, but they issue a statement retracting that and castigating Amber Heard. I say do it, but as a condition, make them castigate, make them denounce Amber Heard if they want him back. I think that would be good. That would be good. If Disney's willing to go out and say, fuck Amber Heard, then okay, we can play ball. But otherwise, I say don't do it. They make that a requirement though. Because Disney, here's the thing. Disney can pay all the money in the world. Disney's got a good amount of money for now until they go bankrupt. But what they need to do is get their political messages straight and get their get their house in order. And one big step will be coming out for Johnny Depp because they've done a lot of doubling down on the Believe All Women, on the Me Too stuff. So this would be a step in the right direction. But here's the thing. Giving Johnny the props isn't going to be enough, I don't think. So I don't think just saying Johnny's the man is going to be enough. I think they really got to come out and say, nope, Johnny was abused, and he was abused by Amber Heard. Just say it like that. Say we support, men too, and we support men, especially when they're abused by women like Amber Heard. Boom, done. By the way, Arts by Sakura confirms I'm in New Zealand. It's true. We have a lot of sheep. Hey, As long as you leave the sheep alone, I'm okay with you having as many sheep as you want. You can have as much as you want. All right, next. So my good friend, Uncivil Law, he had a little bit of a breakdown today. There was something that gave him an aneurysm. And look, I'm not trying to kill any law tubers out here. I want all of our law tubers safe and sound. I want all of them alive. I don't want anybody dead. But he really had a breakdown today over some comments by Michelle Dauber. And I'm going to give you guys the base take on this. And look, I understand that not everybody was willing to go here. Some people are scared to say it. But here's the thing. I just come out and say it. I know I just offended a bunch of Kiwis by making fun of their sheep. Well, apparently not Art by Sakura. She's cool with it. But, some people might not be. But look, I tell it like it is. People don't like it. They can go somewhere else. They can go to, some other channel that's going to hold their hand. I'm sure there's 6 other of them. 6, 10, 20 other of them. That ain't this channel, guys. Sorry. And he broke down because of something that was said by this person, right? This human being. And I'm being very careful with my language here because I don't want to assume their gender, right? I don't know if this person is declaring as a man or a female today. So, I want to make sure that this individual is there. So this is the individual, Michelle Dauber. Let's just read the bio. Professor at Stanford, chair of Recall Persky. This is the Brock Turner judge. Chair of Enough Voter. You can just scroll over it and says, we are working to make violence against women a voting issue. That's interesting. So making it a political issue. She's author of Sympathetic State. Hobbies, backpacking, skiing, and ranting. Tweets are mine alone. California. Enough is enough. So here we go. All I had to do was read this, look at her photo, and I'm going to be honest, guys. All I had to do is see this part, see that photo, and I knew all I needed to know. I know what camp she's in already here. I know what she's going to say. I'm sorry. I didn't need to see any more, right? I knew this is a crazy, deranged person. And yes, this is a professor at Stanford. But welcome to the channel. If you didn't know this, Stanford puts out toxic messages, and there are professors that put out toxic messages for a very long time. And there's no checks and balances there. They don't ever come back and say, hey, professors, maybe you shouldn't be calling people rapists. Maybe you shouldn't be defaming people. And here's what I knew. So I move over here. I say, okay, I saw everything I needed to know, but I didn't need to go below the bio, right? So I clicked on the bio, right? So I clicked on this enough is enough, right? Enough is enough. Targeting candidates for public office who have turned against women on issues of sexual harassment or violence against women. So candidates they see as misogynistic bullies, right? And I guess on the face, it could seem that way. However, here's the thing. Who's a misogynistic bully? According to Michelle Dauber, Johnny Depp is a misogynistic bully, right? Johnny Depp. And anybody who doesn't vote for the blue team, according to Michelle Dauber, is a misogynistic bully. That's a problem. And how do I know it's a blue team thing? Well, let's go over here to A Sympathetic State, her book. Let's zoom in real quick. It's just about the book, right? So she talks about the Great Depression and the modern welfare state. But what she says here, if we scroll down and we read, and sorry I called her a she. I don't know if this person identifies as a woman or a man. I mean, I know they're writing about women issues, but men can write about that too. So can non-binary people. So I guess I can say it. I don't know whether it was writing about women's issues or men's, or whether it's in man or woman. I don't know what its pronouns are. So I'm just going to go with it for now. So whatever it was writing about here, it said we should have a radical case for relief. And that we created a weak welfare state. We need a higher, stronger welfare state. Our welfare state did not go far enough. We needed an extremely expanded view of the national government. Not just for disasters, but in every part of your life. So I said, okay, seeing all these things, I know what team they're on. I know what they're going to say. I know where we're going here. So Kurt got all worked up for it. I'm like, look, Kurt, you got to just under fucking stand. These people are going to say what they're going to say because they have a grift. They have a grift. For those that are new, this is a grift that they do. They say everything is misogyny. Everything is, a red team, blue team thing. They make it into this. Let's be very clear. We don't bring it. They start this. And I'm going to show you how they started this. In fact, Michelle over here started it on June 2nd. So they started this a couple of days ago, about 5-6 days ago. We're just apparently noticing it now. But they picked this fight. We're just responding to it. So I'm going to stay cool, calm, and collected and just look at what it had to say. But before I do that, let me get to these super chats because you guys know I love your super chats. And I can never say no. I can't quit you guys. I can't quit the chat. I go Brokeback Mountain for the chat. Adam Warlock says, your opinion about my proposed settlement. Amber pays the UK verdict publicly, no words added. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm all right with that. If Amber pays the verdict, that'd be fine. But I don't think Amber's going to pay the verdict. Kiwi here says, not offended. Not all of us are sheeps. What's up, Sammy? Appreciate that. Really appreciate that. I know you're not all sheeps, but you all are Kiwis. So actually, Kiwis are kind of cute. Like the little Kiwi bird is kind of cute. So we'll say I'm a fan of the Kiwi. Mark's like, I wish I knew how to quit you, legal mindset. I can't quit you either, Mark. I can't quit you. All right. I think I got everybody there. Yes, I did. So let's go to the tweet. Let's go to the money shot, the one that triggered Kurt. So we'll pop over here and check this out. So we've got this. Michelle said this. In a society, in a world that strips women of real power, some women have learned to seek male approval in the hopes they won't be raped or abused or humiliated. Sucking up to power might feel good to you, but it won't work. You will be next. I hope you guys enjoy my dramatic reading there. I really hope you enjoyed that. So our society apparently strips women of real power. Tell that to Camille Vasquez, who just made partner in her firm. Tell that to her. Does she not have real power now? Very interesting. Of course, as we scroll down, Camille Vasquez, apparently, according to her, doesn't count. In fact, Camille Vasquez is the worst of the worst of the worst. Let's read this. Of all the women who suck up to male power, women lawyers are the absolute worst of the bunch, desperate to prove they are real lawyers and understanding that being a woman undermines their identity as lawyers. They throw women under the bus as hard and fast as they can. Holy shit. Guys, listen, I don't care whether, and I know some of my audience, I know like 10% said you're on the left. This is what you have. These are people who are on your team, right? On blue team. This is what they're saying over here, right? People go cry. Oh, Andrew, literally, this woman is attacking other women. Or excuse me. I can't assume her gender. I can't assume it's gender. This thing, this human, this creature from the swamp is attacking Camille Vasquez. Is Camille not a woman? I know Camille identifies as a woman. So how are they doing this? How are you supporting women's power but attacking women when they have power? It's really weird. It's really odd. This is the problem, right? Is that you have to neg women who now are in positions of power. Weird. So then she goes down to show all these lawyers and calls them derogatorily skirts. So saying, oh, look, this is a skirt. This is a skirt. How is that not undermining to women to call them skirts? You know what I'm saying? And this is all you need to do. You need to see how she's treating women. She treats women like shit, and she treats women like objects. They are no more than skirts to her, or it. I'm sorry, to it, because I can't assume its gender. So I don't know what the position that they're going for is here, but it doesn't look like they actually care about women very much. So yeah, so I'm not going to have a mental breakdown at this one. I just roll my eyes and I say another one, like DJ Khaled, you know? It's just another one. And these people are going to come out of the woodwork. These people with these demented mindsets are going to come out of the woodwork. And by the way, guys, I know that Ben Chu is going to be on with Shenlei. I did watch a preview of that. I'm not trying to knock it. You guys can watch it if you want at some point. It's going to be available on replay, but they're not going to say anything new or novel. Literally, Shenlei was asking like kind of immaterial questions. And we're about to watch, I'm going to play right now, the Good Morning America piece, which I think is so much more telling. So that was the turd sandwich. So Michelle, there was the turd sandwich in the middle. Camille is the brightness on the end. So we had the Johnny Depp back in Pirates. That's good news. Then we had the turd sandwich of people attacking Camille, people attacking other women, you know, people making generally horrible statements about Johnny. Oh, and by the way, after they made all those statements and she made a comment about rapists, she had to go back and say, because she caught herself, she's like, oh, wait, shit. By rapists, I am in no way referring to Johnny Depp. You know why? Because Johnny Depp just won the case. So it's per se defamation. This is a professor at Stanford defaming Johnny Depp right now. Per se. Johnny Depp could file and would immediately get a decision against her because she's calling him a rapist in the wake of that case that found that was malice to say sexual violence was committed. This is a Stanford professor. That is peak idiocy. This is the people you're paying hundreds of thousands to learn from in Ivy League schools. You can see why I say fuck college, fuck the Ivy League. They can suck my dick. And I say that in a Amber Heard demonic voice way. Because if that's what they're teaching people, if that's the law they're teaching them to defame people that they know are innocent, you're not getting a legal education. And by the way, Arts by Sakura, I just want to say real quick, I appreciate this perspective. She's saying, I'm a lefty, I'm a feminist, and I don't agree with anything that Michelle Darber and Ilka to say. There are a few reasonable people on the left, but we're a minority. And you are welcome here if you are reasonable and willing to have a reasonable conversation. I just want to say that. If you're willing to have a reasonable conversation, we can have a conversation. I mean, shit, I have Nate on sometimes. You know, I don't agree with Nate on a lot of things, right? But we have a conversation and we're always reasonable. And sometimes he talks me down. He's talked me down about a lot of things. So there's some good points there. Let me catch some of these super chats before we move on to the wonderful behavior of Ben Chu and Camille Vasquez. Pastor Flash says, Camille is the proverbial Apache attack helicopter. That's so fucking true. I think she's like the A10 warthog. She just like sprays everybody down, destroys them. Danielle MP says, if Elaine decided to save face by saying she was manipulated by Amber, could Amber file a defamation suit against? Camille and Ben were great today. Yes, they have been fantastic. And Camille and Ben are everything that lawyers should be. So we've watched the video on Elaine. We've watched Elaine and how fucking god-awful Elaine is as a spokesperson for Amber Heard. She's out here post-verdict spouting lies. She doesn't need to do that. Her client has a PR manager, David Shane. Now, I know the reason why the PR manager isn't out there is because the PR manager is in the middle of a sex scandal. So she sends the lawyer out. But Elaine looks disingenuous. It's also not what lawyers are supposed to do. Lawyers are not supposed to be PR representatives. And you're going to see the difference between the crazy extreme statements that Danielle made. Sorry, that Elaine made. Sorry, Danielle. Don't even put that on you. Versus what Camille made and Ben made. Erica said, dude, I'm on the deep dark blue underbelly, and this professor doesn't speak for me, more nuanced piece. And Erica, listen, I welcome to the channel, welcome here. The problem is that there's certain people that make these statements. Now, we'll say this. We make fun of people on the red team too here, and that we don't pull punches. I make fun of Yertle the Turtle, Mitch McConnell all the time, and make fun. I'm definitely Definitely going to make fun of some other people there. It's not just a red team, blue team thing. In this case, there's a lot of people fucking up. But as long as we're focused on the truth here and we cut the bullshit, we can have a conversation. Lordy says, this professor looks like an Easter Island Moai. She's jealous of strong, successful, pretty women. Yes, she is, or it is, rather. Once again, I don't know. I don't want to assume gender. People say it's a her, but I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen her use female pronouns. She didn't have pronouns in her bio. I didn't see that. Do you guys see pronouns in the bio? I didn't see them. Who knows? All right. So, Anna claims she was the only liberal at Cornell. Really? Really? You're really the only liberal at Cornell? I don't believe that one. I don't think there's one liberal at Cornell. No way. Sorry. All right. So let's look at this. Let's look at this video here of Camille and her wonderfulness. This is delightful, guys.
I think the key to victory was focusing on the facts and the evidence, and Johnny's opportunity to speak the truth for the first time. It was 6 years in the making, and I think he was able to connect with the jury and the general public and tell what really happened in this relationship.
He was. First of all, what a beautiful woman, and second of all, what a great speaker. She said what she needed to say. They asked, the question was, and I did get past the question. And by the way, YouTube, fair use. This is commentary on lawyers and legal behavior. So I'm giving my opinion as a lawyer on the behavior of lawyers in this particular piece of Good Morning America, just to make that absolutely clear out there for this fair use analysis. That being said, by the way, thank you, Veronica David Chilsky. Appreciate the super sticker. Camille here said the key to victory was really the truth. It was really Johnny getting his story out there. And that is so beautiful. That's all it needs to be. That's all you need to say. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Wasn't in the courtroom for the verdict. What was his reaction when you told him?
He was over the moon. It was like the weight of the world had been taken off his shoulders. And I feel that finally, after 6 years, he's gotten his life back.
He also went on TikTok.
So Ben Chu, here's the thing with Ben Chu. Whenever I see him speak, whenever I hear Ben Chu speak, I can tell he's a good person. I can literally tell he's a good person. I can hear when Ben Chu speaks. I can tell he's a good human being. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds like, and people say, oh, body language is crazy. All this stuff is crazy. No. You guys know what I'm talking about. When you interact with somebody, when you hear them, when you hear the cadence of their voice, the way they talk, I know Ben Chu is like a genuine guy. I think he's a very authentic guy, especially if you've seen the candid photos of him just kind of wearing the Hollywood Vampires t-shirt, getting the little alpaca. He is who he is. He's an authentic guy. I'm not saying he's perfect or anything. I don't have a bro crush on him. I'm just saying I believe he's a real human being. He's an authentic human being, and there's something I can connect with and identify with authentic human beings. Isaac Baruch, right? Isaac Baruch and I probably wouldn't agree on politics, but I would definitely get a drink with Isaac Baruch for sure, because I believe he's a genuine human being. He was 100% authentic. From one, Adam says, I think Elaine has a girl crush on Amber Heard. That would be weird and also potentially problematic for a Torian-client relationship. But yeah. Jeff K says, Ben Chu is on Court TV in half an hour. You'll have to review. I will review. I'm going to do it later. I don't think I'll do it now. Maybe if it plays through, I'll do it, but I want to be sure I can fast forward and stop and pause. I don't want to have to do it live. So I want to make sure I can go through it, but I will review it. I will review that. I'll do that. You know what? I'll do it the next stream I have. So I'll promise to do that one. And then we have Chibi Peach, who says, Elaine bought what Amber was selling. We all know she can be charming and is pretty. I think she bought it, but is in too deep to quit now. Yes, she's in too deep. She's argued everything. So yeah. And Danielle says 100% agree about Ben. He reminds me of my grandfather. Yes. Genuine people. My granddad was actually also very much like Ben. Just a very authentic, genuine guy, a little bit quirky, right? Which I think we can agree with. So let's listen a little bit more.
Yesterday, thanking his supporters on social media. What role did social media play in this verdict?
So this is actually a trap question. So this motherfucker asked a trap question. So see what they did with his fucking trap card. Because remember, Elaine made this all about social media. Elaine said that social media decided this case. Look what they do with this trap card.
My view is that social media played no role role whatsoever. This was a decision made by the jury on the evidence presented by both sides. And as Camille said, it was overwhelmingly in Mr. Depp's favor.
Ms. Heard's lawyers put out a statement yesterday saying the verdict was a setback for women's rights. And they went on to say that it's unseemly and unprofessional for you all to be, quote, taking.
Okay, I'm just going to read this. It's unseemly. It's as unseemly as it is unprofessional that Johnny Depp's legal team has chosen to do a victory lap for setting back decades of how women can be treated in the courtroom. What's next? A movie deal and merchandising? Well, actually, yes, there should be a movie deal and merchandising to show that you're a lying whore, Amber, and you're a piece of shit who is vile and abused Johnny, and you deserve everything you get in terms of both legal and personal consequences. Let me just go out there and say that. So fuck you, Amber. And thank you again for the super sticker. I really appreciate that. Seriously. So let me just say that for the record, Amber, go fuck yourself, right? Go fuck yourself. So the funny thing is here too, is that Amber Heard's team was the one that started this. Amber Heard's team were the one that came out first, and she sent out Elaine. Elaine spoke first before they said anything. This is what pisses me off, is that this is a type of hypocrisy of Amber Heard. The fucking hypocrisy that she sends her fucking lawyer, Elaine, the cat lady Bredehoff, out there to speak for her. So Elaine is allowed to speak, but Camille isn't? Seriously, Amber, seriously, go back to the strip club you came from in West Texas. Get the fuck out of here. Like, sorry, this is what makes me mad. This is what makes me mad, is that they had the audacity to say that. The audacity to say that. It's just really, it's really bad. It's really, really bad. Works me up, guys. Let me let this play.
Taking a victory lap for setting back decades of how women can be treated in the courtroom. How do you respond to that?
I think it's disappointing. We're only speaking about what happened in this case, right? And the facts in this case were overwhelmingly positive for Johnny, and the verdict speaks for itself.
How about
there you go. See, that is it. That is it. It's facts. The verdict speaks for itself. That's all she had to say. That's all you had to say. That's it. That's all. By the way, guys, I don't know. I see people freaking out in the chat, but it's like, I'm not going to apologize. Like Meteor says, I'm not going to apologize. No apologizing here. I don't apologize for shit. not in this channel. Welcome to this channel. I don't apologize for anything. Not today. Not ever. All right.
No, it's not just from Heard's teams. Victims advocates have argued that the verdict is going to have a chilling effect on domestic violence victims, and it's a blow to the Me Too movement.
Okay, victims advocates. Let's be clear. So saying not just Amber's team, but we said is victim advocates are saying this is a blow to Me Too and a blow to women's rights. Victims advocates. Well, let's read past that. What that means is the blue check marks. And by the way, Michelle has less followers than like everybody on LawTube and all of us, like the less followers than Tug, that umbrella guy, right? But she has a blue check mark. It's really weird how that happens, right? Like these people with no followers that are like these particular shills, they get these blue check marks like for free pretty much. Meanwhile, us over here who grind our ass off and are telling the truth, we never get verified. Twitter's like, no, I'm not going to do that. Just not going to do that. It's weird. It's weird how that works, right? And Wendy, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. But social media advocates, what they mean is people on Twitter. What they mean is people on Twitter, like Michelle. People who are just flipping out and are going crazy. KFG says, you're sounding like an alt-right winger pointing out facts and hypocrisy like that. I know it's weird, right? Gosh, man, I'm so alt-right. Just like that article said, Nick Rekieta and Tim Pool are far-right. So far-right. And Chrissy Mayer is far-right too. Yeah, we're all far-righters. Yeah, super far-right. So right. Yeah, weird. It's insane. It's insane. And they're trying to make, once again, they're making this, these victim advocates are making this into a political thing when it doesn't have to be a political thing. They're mad because Me Too was a grift. It was a grift. Me Too was a fucking grift. Let's say it. And so was Believe All Women. There were individual cases in there that were legit. that were fully legit, individual cases that were legit. But the problem is when you make something into a sweeping movement and you say, believe all women, and I know that the original slogan was believe women, but the implication was believe all women, you have a problem. So that's why I've said on my channel, I would prefer investigate all crimes. And I know some people have said, well, that's not a perfect statement because there's some jurisdictions where crimes aren't charged. And I get it. Look, I'm trying to create a catchy saying in 3 words. It's hard to do that and like make it a perfect statement. So I'm going to stick with investigate all crimes, but I will say there's some jurisdictions where things are legal or they're not prosecuted or they're not made into crimes where they should be. But I'd say that's part of crimes, right? Things should be crimes, right? And we should be making sure that bad behavior is criminal, including submitting false reports, submitting false police reports. Filing a false police report should be criminal. It should be punishable by something as, well, as bad as the crime that's being alleged, or nearly as bad at least. Miss Doglover said, Amber Heard is now unemployed for life. Even the porn industry won't want her. Well, here's the thing about the porn industry is OnlyFans, you don't need to go through the industry. Just put up a webcam, right? That's why we all think, I think OnlyFans is a great prediction. A lot of people have said it. I agree with it. I think it's a good possibility for him. Good possibility for him. Sweetheart says verifying you. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm gonna try for it. We'll see. I'll try for it. I'm gonna push for it on a couple platforms, especially since people have been attacking LawTube. I think we're out there. I think we got enough articles on us now. Johnny says, I hope they put up merchandise. I need a Camille body pillow to keep me safe from succubuses at night. Bro, that's fucking glorious. I love that. All right, let's continue here.
I think our response to that is we encourage any victim to come forward. Domestic violence doesn't have a gender.
How beautiful of a statement. Camille Vasquez says, I encourage all victims to come forward. It doesn't have a gender. She didn't politicize it. That's not a political statement. That's not a blue team or a red team statement. That's just a fact. And we on this channel support facts. That's a fact. So I'm down with that, Camille. I'm okay with that. That's classy, right? That's proper. That's how a lawyer should speak. She's not making it into a left-right thing. She's not overly politicizing it. She's saying victims should come forward. Real victims should come forward of either gender. That's true. And see, she's got it because she knows this motherfucker was trying to make it into a political point, and she's smiling because she knows she's like, this is the right response. Erica says, George S. tried to shift the focus back to law with his questioning of Ben and Camille. The mainstream media shills need to hear this. Yeah, Stephanopoulos is, by the way, a shill. He's a mainstream media shill. And he tried to make this into a political point. She did a fucking good job of making this non-political. Shout out to her for that. Pinky Pink says, I love Camille. As a socialist, I love justice. Justice for all, no matter what or who. Only justice for all. Big difference between common and social. Lots of love to you, Andrew from Norway. Shout out. Hey, appreciate the love from Norway. Appreciate the 219 Norwegians a krona, I guess. But I appreciate that. I mean, I'm definitely not a socialist, right? Definitely not on this channel. But I appreciate that we can agree on this, right? We're all on the same team when it comes to this statement, right? This is definitely 100% fact. So let's continue.
So you don't see this as a setback to the movement in any way, shape, or form?
We do not. We believe that the verdict speaks for itself. The facts are what they were. The jury made a unanimous decision based on those facts.
That's once again, the jury made a unanimous decision based on the facts. That's all true. She's stating facts, unlike Elaine. Elaine literally ignored the verdict. Camille's just telling you what the verdict was. Like there was a unanimous decision. Now, you could argue that she left out the counterclaim, but in terms of Johnny's side of claims, that was all verified. And remember, the counterclaim doesn't imply that Johnny did any abuse. All the counterclaim implies is that maybe the way that story was painted, in which like the situation was set up by Amber's friends, maybe it didn't go down that way. That's what that implies. But that doesn't mean that Johnny's an abuser.
Your impression of Ms. Heard's impression on the jury?
I think that her impression on the jury was what it was. I think something that I focused on and we focused on in that cross-examination was using her words against her And it was very important for us to, every question that was asked was tied to something she had said previously. And I think the jury got to see and the world got to see and hear from Ms. Heard in that relationship on every single topic.
And George, I think there was a real contrast.
See, that's let me just point out though there real quick. That strategy was fucking brilliant. Make it everything that Amber said that was a lie. Tie it back to what she said and prove what she said was a lie. Just focus on what was said in the court. Don't focus on out-of-court statements. Just make it clear that she's a liar. She's a liar. And by the way, I saw Watcher here. Shout out to Watcher, but he said, "Hey, Legal Mindset, how's it going? Are you back in Korea yet?" No, I'm not. I'm in America. I'm in Texas. I'm here for another week. For those that are just joining, we got 2,475 of you in the chat. Please make sure you smash the like button, guys. Smash the like button if you like Texas hotel rooms. If you're a fan of Texas hotel rooms, you know, they say everything's bigger in Texas, and well, the hotel rooms are mighty big in Texas. So if you like them, smash that like button. If you like this content, smash the like button. It helps the algorithm say that we like it. Right now, we have 749 likes. Come on. Let's get that to a 1K. Let's get it into 1K, guys. You can do 1K. You can do 1K for me, for Papa Mindset. I'd appreciate that. Let's continue with this.
Johnny took ownership of a lot of things, and it seemed at times, and perhaps it came through to the jury, that she had an answer for everything, and she wasn't taking accountability for anything. And I think that made a difference.
Heard's lawyers.
So let me be very clear there. Ben Chu is spot on. Johnny clearly took responsibility. You can see in his look that he takes responsibility here. He feels contrition. He feels something. He has feelings. He's a human. He's 3 fucking dimensional. Amber Heard was 1 dimensional. And the one dimension was, it's not my fault, somebody else did it. That was the single dimension of Amber Heard. It's not me, it's somebody else. And that somebody else was almost always Johnny Depp. Sometimes it was Adam Waldman. Sometimes it was Dr. Curry. Sometimes it was even her own sister. Yeah, my story's right, Whitney's wrong. Rocky's wrong. The security guard is wrong. Everybody's a liar. Everybody's committing perjury except for me. That's Amber's 1 dimension. And she always had an answer. Like Ben said, always had an answer. Always had some excuse. That just wasn't what you heard from Johnny. And that's why Johnny was believable and Amber wasn't. Jay Liebgott says, Depp verdict pushed women's rights back as much as revoking Roe versus Wade will. Absolutely 0. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. And for those that might be flipping out over that or that potentially coming, once that does come down the pike, we'll explain it. And for those that may be worried about it, you probably don't need to be as worried as you think. It's probably not changing much at all where you live locally. But let's keep going.
Say she plans to appeal the verdict. She doesn't have the money to pay for the judgment. And you all have said that the goal is not to impoverish Ms. Heard. Is it possible where we could see a settlement where she forgoes the appeal in return for Mr. Depp waiving any monetary damages?
Well, George, we obviously can't disclose attorney-client communications, but as Mr.
Motherfuckers trying to get them to disclose their litigation strategy, and he just shut that down right away. Like literally, this is a good lawyer, unlike Elaine.
Depp testified, and as we both made clear in our respective closings, this was never about money for Mr. Depp. So this was about restoring his reputation, and he's done that.
So you're not disclosing any privileges, but it sounds like that's something that could be on the table, but it's up to Ms. Heard?
Again, we have to be careful what we say, but this was about Mr. Depp's reputation. That was what it was about for him.
Your life has changed a lot in the last several weeks. You got made partner this week. Congratulations.
So you can see how happy she is. So by the way, I want to address this. I said this on Twitter. There were some dumbasses out there. I don't know who it was that said Camille never wanted to be partner. They must have been drinking way too many mega pints because Camille 100% wanted to be partner. There's no way she didn't. The fact is she left her first firm after about 6 years. 6 as a lawyer, in case you know, that's about a magic number. After 5, 6, 7 years, you either are, it's called like up or out. You either become a partner or you move to a different firm. And her first firm clearly didn't want to make her partner. And I bet they are fucking regretting not making Camille partner at that first firm. When she went to Brown Reddick, she wasn't a partner yet. She'd been there for 6 years. So it was overdue for her to be a partner. This just solidified it. So Yeah, she definitely has earned that partnership. That money was well spent. She now has equity, I'm sure, in Brown Rudnick. So yeah, or Brown Rudnick, I think is how you pronounce that. But yeah, it's definitely good. It's definitely good stuff.
Thank you very
Both
much.
of you have also become something of social media stars. How has it changed? What does it feel like?
It's been surreal, and if
I'm gonna be honest. Okay, let me
being
listen.
honest, a bit overwhelming. But if I can be an inspiration to young women that want to go to law school and study and work hard, then it was all worth it.
I mean, I wish she would have said young people who want to work hard and be lawyers, but whatever. I mean, I'm okay with that statement. I'm not going to knock her on that one. But you know, she clearly is getting overwhelmed by people who are messaging her, who are reaching out to her. I'm sure when she goes out, like for example, you know, I hate to say it, but people like to go out, and like from what I've seen, Camille likes to go out. I mean, she's usually at like lounges or bars or, you know, going out with her friends or whatever. Like she probably gets overwhelmed now because everyone has now seen her and everyone now knows her. So whereas she was just another person in LA, like now she's probably swarmed. So, which, you know, people appreciate it, but like when you're a very private person, you know, and you suddenly become public, it's a big change. So I imagine like her life has changed a lot now, and the way she's treated has changed a lot. So I think that's probably big, but it's good for her and good that she's partner. And look, that exposure and that celebrity will only help her in the future. And Sean says, don't send Amber Heard back to Texas. We don't want her. Hey, I'm not sending her there. I'm not sending her there. By the way, guys, thank you so much. We are now at 1,016 likes. I appreciate you guys. If I had the cowboy hat, I am in Texas, so now would be the time when I will wear the cowboy hat. Instead, I will just put on my sunglasses here. So I'm just going to try to rock these shades. Right? Let's get this done. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. These are my 1,000 shades. I'm going to rock my 1,000 shades here. So we're going to finish this with the 1,000 like shades on. So let's continue.
The choice to go to Virginia for this trial, how much of a difference did that make?
I think Virginia was a good venue for some legal and other reasons, and it has a fabulous court system, tremendous judges and fair juries, and I think this the evidence was listened to carefully on both sides by the jury, and again, it came overwhelmingly in Johnny's favor.
Ms. Heard did win on one
It came. It came.
count of defamation. Will you be appealing that?
Again, I think it's premature to say. But
This motherfucker keeps trying to ask about their litigation strategy and like whether they're appealing. Like, this is so stupid. Like, why would you ask that? And yeah, of course it was venue shopped. It would have got shot down in California because of the slap laws, because of all that. But instead they went to Virginia. It was a place where Johnny could actually win. So that was a good strategy on their side. And Judge Penny was a good judge.
if you look at the context of the verdict, and it was a total win for Johnny.
Thank you both very much.
Thank you very much, George.
That's it. That's all we wrote from that. So that's what we got from that particular case with those two. Once again, they are shining examples of what you should do as a lawyer instead of what you shouldn't do as a lawyer. So yeah, that's what went down there. Got a lot of people are asking like, where are you at? Okay, so right now I'm actually I'm in around Houston, but I'll be in Dallas for the last couple of days. Once again, very busy. Got a lot of plans. I got a Flint here, but I will be back in Korea next week. I'll be back in Korea on Wednesday, Korea time. So, you know, I kind of like lose it because there's kind of that whole day that's missed there, and then me trying to recover from jet lag. Just so you guys know, and let me take off this because I'm getting the shine off that light, but I will be doing a morning stream tomorrow, a morning EST stream, which is my foreign stream. So for my Kiwis and Australians, my UK peoples, I'm going back on that. That is my normal time. So when I'm in Korea, I will normally be doing a morning stream. I will do the evening streams when we have a lot of news. And I'm going to kind of do this PM stream, the one we have now, and tomorrow's stream as a makeup because there's going to be some days I may miss. So I want to make sure I'm getting out content for you guys. So you guys know I'm not going anywhere. I'm just traveling. And luckily, this hotel seems to have pretty good Wi-Fi. This Wi-Fi seems to be working out pretty well. So I'm going to do a stream here tomorrow morning, but I'll be in a different place tomorrow, a different place after that, a different place after that, and then I'll be flying back to Korea. So I can't guarantee I will have awesome Wi-Fi and an awesome connection in every spot. So when I got it, I'll stream. If I don't, I'll let you guys know. I'll catch you when I'm back in Korea. So just so you guys know. Let me catch these super chats, which says, Jackson says, if I was Momoa, I'd have Mara's character fish-snapped and left in the trunk of a Honda Civic for comic relief's sake. That would be pretty funny. We'll say. That would be pretty funny. I would love if they got rid of her character in like a horrible way or just a ridiculous way. But yeah. Anyways, so that was good news. So that's kind of the sandwich there. So the good news was there's two good news. First good news, Johnny may be back in Pirates. Second good news is there's crazy people, right? Crazy Stanford professors that are saying this is about misogyny, that Johnny Depp is a rapist, even though that's defamation. They're saying it. And they're saying that Camille Vasquez is a horrible person. But as we can see with our own eyes, like the trial, we can watch and we can see that Camille Vasquez is the furthest thing from a misogynist. She literally said, I want to help women become lawyers. Is that the language you use as a misogynist? This is the derangement of people on Twitter. And if you're against that derangement, please make sure you smash a like button, guys. Really helps that. It helps in the algorithm. All right. So here's the next story we're doing. Now, of course, I'm not going to be writing Depp and Heard for the next millennia, right? I'm thinking about other cases to cover. And one of the cases that has been brought up is Deshaun Watson. Now, this is just an interesting case. I'm not saying this is the one I'm going to focus on, but if you guys are interested in this case, you let me know and I will cover it because obviously we're moving on. We're doing other stuff. I know that some of you are only interested in the Depp Heard stuff. I get that. And some of you will go away with that. That's perfectly cool. But we got to move on, and we're going to be moving on to stuff which might be like Deshaun Watson. I think this is a very interesting case if you guys haven't heard about this. So Deshaun Watson is an NFL player, and he has been hit with the 24th lawsuit alleging sexual misconduct. So 24 women have sued Deshaun Watson accusing him of sexual misconduct. He's denied it. And this is kind of clouding his start as the star of the Cleveland Browns, which gave him a contract of $230 million. Do you think it's any coincidence that he has about one woman per 10 million here? This is crazy. And so what's the allegation? Well, the allegation really comes around massages. So all of these women are coming out of the woodwork and saying, oh yeah, I gave him a massage too. And this is all about happy endings. And no, I'm not making it up. So essentially they're saying the massage therapist came to Houston and gave Watson 2 massages at her apartment. And then he masturbated in front of her and ejaculated on the second encounter. So apparently the first one was a professional. The second one, he was naked. He jerked off and she fled. So that's one that went there. Down there, you can see over here, another accusation is the same one, another report, the same thing. Now, this one is kind of trending because there's been a lot of interesting statements. So in this case, first of all, it started with just 2 people, and now it's at 24 allegations. So you know some of these are probably illegit. Also, this is a very controversial case because Deshaun Watson, his lawyer, said that a happy ending is not sex and a happy ending is not illegal. Which is an interesting argument. And here's the argument. I don't know if you guys have heard this argument. It's like the seeking arrangement argument, the sugar daddy argument. If you guys know what a sugar daddy or sugar baby is, that's when let's say typically an older gentleman pays for a younger woman to come spend time with them. And technically, the older gentleman is usually paying for the younger woman and paying for their time. They're just saying, hey, I want your company. I'm paying you $1,000 an hour for your company. And anything that happens sexually is just consensual sex between 2 consenting individuals. I'm not paying you for that sex. You are giving it consensually. Same thing with a happy ending. I'm paying for the massage. If you happen to tug me off at the end, well, that's not sex. You're just tugging me off because you want to tug me off. That's the argument. That's the argument. By the way, and I say this as a chief Asian correspondent in Korea, when I'm going back to Korea, which will be soon. There are a lot of Vietnamese massage parlors. And, I've debated this with various people in Korea. One guy said as high as 95% of massage parlors in Korea are ones that will give you the happy ending. Another one said, maybe 50%. Somebody said, well, I don't know. It could be 25. It could be 50. It could be 75. I don't know. But some percentage of those will definitely tug you off if you want to, right? If you ask them for it, you give them the extra. They'll tug you. It's a percentage. It's an industry. It's going to happen. And when you get a person who's an athlete, you have an incentive to try to go for that extra money. So I'm not saying the tug didn't happen. In fact, you know what? I think the tug did happen in many cases, but I think that it was probably paid for. It was probably paid for if it did happen. In some cases. Catherine said, you should look into Trevor Bauer, LA Dodgers. That guy is getting effed by the feminists in MLB. Will be controversial for some of the Reddit. Let me look into it. I've never heard of Trevor Bauer. I will check that out, Catherine. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hasiba says, hi, you're doing a great job. Have you seen the Bruise cover-up clip on Court TV? I have not, but Hasiba, I will check that out. And I will come back tomorrow with that, with a Court TV review. With an interview review, with a Ben Chu interview review, and I will check out the Bruise cover-up clip. I'll definitely check that out for sure, 100%. And Jackson says, better check Amber's current PR teams for former intelligence officers. They're the worst bunch of liars. Yes, 100%. Peter Brain says, everyone is jumping on the bandwagon. When a massage ends with a facial, the masseuse has allowed things to get that far. Otherwise, it'd be on her feet. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, if they're going that far, there's probably some consent. I don't think people are just whipping it out. I don't think an athlete, and by the way, I don't think I showed his picture. Here he is right here. Here's Deshaun Watson. He's not a bad-looking dude. Like, he's an athlete, right? The guy's jacked. He can probably get girls on his own, right? I'm sure he doesn't need to go to masseuses to get laid. Let's be very clear about that. Let's be very clear. The guy does not need to go to masseuses to get laid. But so do I think it's possible he would have paid somebody? Sure. I mean, I think it's possible he would have paid somebody. But it's either them regretting it and wanting more money or them making shit up. That's my 22 cents. It's my 22 cents. What's up, Ken? Good to see you. It says, Legal Mind says, my lawyer for my escort services. Get out of here, Ken. Get out of here, Ken. Welcome to Legal Mindset, where nothing is monetized. I like that one. That's good, Trish, where nothing is monetized. Yeah, guys, there's no way this shit's getting monetized. But you know what? That's the point of my channel. And if you guys don't like it, by the way, you can go elsewhere. But my channel, we're going to talk about it. And I don't care whether we're monetized or not. I don't care whether we're monetized or not. All I care about is that we spit the truth here and we tell it like it is. We just tell it like it is. So tomorrow, I'm going to look into the Kavanaugh stuff. I'm going to look into these other reports. I'm going to get Ben Chu. We're going to talk about that in the morning and be covering that. So that being said, guys, I don't want to go long here. I know the Ben Chu interview is about to start. So I'll let you guys go over there. I'll let you check that out. I will be back tomorrow morning. I'm going to try for probably 6 a.m. CST. So because I'm in Texas, so it's going to be 6 a.m. CST here. And I will have a be on for you guys. So that will hopefully capture my Aussie audience, my NZ audience, and everybody else. Smash the like button. Make sure you like that. By the way, take care. Stay big.